Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. Hopefully, everybody's doing amazing. We're starting the week again. It's Monday, so let me get my team of Ninja Turtles. They're coming right here, and we're having Kara Jean, Irina Pornova, Bruno, and of course, myself. So, we are ready to talk about SEO. So everybody, how's your week been so far? Let me put some music while one of you answers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I've had a wonderful week. So while he's doing the music, I'll do the brag that I just did with everybody. So my client just gave me the best testimonial. Since working together, she is living more, not just wanting more, and doing things with rather than having to do without. Bragging.
Awesome. All right.
So I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Okay, this is more like the beat for today, right?
Song.
Okay. So since we're pumped, let's go ahead and get started. So today's topic is SEO in 2024. What's changing and how to stay ahead. So for those of you that have a website, what is the biggest thing that you have noticed? If you have let me ask this. Does all of you have your Google consoles connected to your websites? Is that a resounding yes or a resounding maybe?
Was it that you asked?
Don't know.
A resounding don't know. My question was, do you have a Google console connected to your website?
I have my Google Business connected. Is that the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing because let me explain. That's a good start. You see, we're starting the right page. How would you know your numbers if you don't have a way to gauge them? So the Google console, it's absolutely free. It's a link that they give you and you put it on your website. So for some websites in the footer, some websites is actually a code that you just have to copy and paste. So that way, month to month, Google tells you, okay, this many visitors stop by your website, this many visitors hang out for this long at certain page, because more than likely you have more than one page on your website. So you want to know which pages are doing better in order to create more content. Okay, and let's start with that. Remember that content is king, and we're going to be talking about that in a second because we have to eat content, and I'm going to explain how we're going to eat content. So let's start with this. Please put on your to-do list to add a Google console on your website. That is a must. If you have a website, otherwise, how are you going to track your numbers? And how are you going to track if your website is actually causing some other kind of impact to the people that you're working with? So that's the first thing. The number thing, Google's new ranking factors saw a shift towards user intent. Okay, does all of you know that if you use Google keywords and you have the paid version, it will let you know what keywords to use in order to figure if a customer is more likely to buy or not your product? Wouldn't that be helpful for your business? Knowing what keywords to use in order to spark sales. So, Google keyword used to be free. Once they figure out how powerful it was and how people were using it, they made it paid. So if you have still one of the free versions, make a use of it. It's amazing. I have not used it. I lost the privilege because when I switched accounts, I let the other one go. But if you have access to the free one, there's a lot of information. Connected with your Google console, you'll know what keywords to use to trigger people to buy your product. So far, anybody has any questions about SEO or their website that I can help?
Well, so I don't know that it got cleared up. What's the difference between attaching my website to my Google business and the dashboard that comes with that and a Google console?
Ooh, big difference. Let me explain. So The Google
Okay.
My Business is an actual page. Imagine that is a separate website
Right.
that is just connected to your website. So what happens when people search on Google, the first thing that comes is the Google My Business, the one that you're talking about, not your website. And inside of that Google My Business is your website. So there might be people that get into your Google My Business but never click on the link for your website. So you don't know if you don't have the Google console, you don't know if the numbers that you're seeing on Google My Business are equal to the ones on the website. If that's the case, then that means that everybody that sees your ad or your information clicks on your website. But if you see that there's a bigger number on the Google My Business and few numbers on the website, that means that they're seeing your ad and they're just going next. So you want to have those metrics in order to figure out, okay, what should I do? How can I make my Google My Business more appealing so people can actually want to go to my website?
Okay. That helps. I mean, I still don't know that I necessarily understand what a Google console is, but I now understand its function.
Oh, let me explain. It's very simple. Let's imagine that your website has 4 pages: home,
Uh-huh.
about us, contact us, and products.
Sure.
Okay? So the Google console, not the Google My Business. Google My Business is just traffic, it's pure traffic. Google console is going to tell you which one out of those pages people are visiting the most. And not only if they're visiting the most, how long are they stuck on that page? Remember, pages that people get stuck on it and are reading and reading and reading and figuring and this and this, and they have links that connect them to other pages inside the website, which are called internal linking.
Right.
Google rewards you for that. If Google sees that somebody's reading your content and jumping from page to page to page to page to page on your website, Google rewards you. They say, okay, this person has valuable information, so let me put it up to the top. So that's how the Google console works. It gives you those metrics so you'll know, okay, I have a products page and in it I have 5, 6, 7 products. Like, which one are they most interested on? Okay.
So the console is already doing it's giving Google the metrics. Like, Google's already doing that, right? Like, when Google asks you if you can know your location, you're like, oh, Google, you already know. So it's already doing all of that to your website as is. So the console gives you access to the data.
Yes, that is correct. Because Google knows your metrics. Google doesn't care if you have a console or not. But in your case, as a business owner, you want to know which page is actually having the most buzz. Because let's put it this way. Let's say that you're investing a whole lot of time on your clarity sessions, for example. Let me put you as an example. You're spending a whole lot of time in clarity sessions. And because you're not seeing your numbers, you might be missing out on the other product that you have, group events. You know, you have a lot of people looking at your group events page. And guess what? You keep investing time and time and time and blogs and this and videos. Without those metrics, you're blind.
Legit. Okay.
So now you see how important is having that Google console. And that's why before you even start an SEO campaign, before you start anything, you want to have that Google console. I mean, a good company, a company that actually cares for your business, is the first thing that they're going to tell you. We're going to do, because SEO is divided in 2 parts. Does any of you know the 2 parts? No. Okay. So SEO is divided on page and off page SEO. The on page has to deal with your titles, subtitles, tags, meta tags, and content. Okay? That just put in a superficial and basic. And then within that on page, the first thing that a good company that cares for your business would say is, okay, if we're gonna do on page SEO, guess what? The first thing that we're gonna connect is your Google console. If a company that is doing your SEO is not telling you that they're going to connect a Google Console for you, don't hire them. Because guess what? If you don't know the numbers, if they don't know the numbers, how are you measuring if they're actually doing anything for you? You're just giving
Right.
them money because you're really nice and you just want to feed another family. And I'm sorry to put it, so harsh, but if you don't know what they're doing, how are you managing them? There's a lot of people that go ahead and hire, and there's nothing wrong. Hire on Fiverr, hire on what's the other one? Off desk. There's so many pages that you can go ahead and hire. Even LinkedIn has groups, depending upon what you're looking for, that you can hire from people from all over the place. Guess what? People hire them and they pay them. Yes, you pay them very little, but here's the thing: you're paying very little, but getting nothing in return because you don't know how to measure if they're actually doing anything for you or not. That is the easiest way of just losing money. And then 6-7 months down the road, they're like, what did I do? So let's start with that. If you want to have control on your website, a Google Console is a must. That's the foundation for your website after building the website. Then the next thing is the importance of content. Remember that we said we were going to speak about content. So far, does anybody have any questions?
Keep explaining to us.
Just keep explaining? Okay. But if you happen to have questions, please let me know. Because it might help you. And the idea of this is to help everybody that is out there on the other side of the camera trying to learn what's going on. Okay, so about content. I want you to write this down. Eat. It is gonna be the keyword for you. Every time you create content, you have to meet these 3 criterias. Letter E as an echo, expertise. You gotta showcase your expertise. Okay? If your content is a lot of fluff, guess what? You may be doing a boatload of content, but you're not gonna get ranked. So if you're not really showcasing your expertise, don't waste your time. The next part is, I don't know how to say this word. If one of you can help me, authoritativeness. I think I said it correctly, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on authoritativeness, this is very important. And as your expertise grows and more people start following you, immediately your authority in that section or that topic that you're talking about starts growing immediately on Google. So, and the last one is, once you have a community, you will start with trustworthiness, because once people start seeing, okay, this person has 100 people following, 200, 300, 400, 500, that is how you start getting your trustworthiness. And that's based on those 3 factors is how Google is now promoting your page. And I say now because long time ago, I don't know if you all remember that everybody was crazy about keywords. Jam those keywords, put those keywords in it. The more the merrier. I remember people, because at one point it was a keyword heavy kind of situation until we move on to the long tail keywords. And on long tail keywords, open the gate for this type of understanding that you have to be an expert, have to have authority, and have to be trusted. So now Google is rating your website and your content based on actual facts, like based on good information. The better information you put it, Google does not care as much, and I say as much because they still have a little weight, the keywords. Doesn't care as much on the keywords. Now, one thing that you want to know about your keywords is how many you're putting and which ones are showing up the most frequent on your page. Does any of you know how to check that out? No. Okay. So once you have a blog or a website or a landing page, either one of them, they are measured the same way. You need to hire a company or buy a crawler. Okay, there are
Crawler.
crawler. Yes, you website crawler. You just buy the software. It's called website crawler. There's several brands.
Okay.
There's different brands. Like for example, I like Spider. That's one of my favorite crawlers. In you put your website link, and they tell you how much they're gonna charge you for either a one-time use or a monthly use. That way you know which keywords are being the most predominant on your whole website. Now it's no longer like on that article like it was before. So remember, now it's the whole thing, not just that one page. Very, very important, because people are still jamming keywords and going crazy trying to have the keyword count, and that really is not as heavy anymore. Okay, another thing that is really important, and this is one that in our community we're gonna start building, is called backlinks. Okay, does any of you know what a backlink is?
Like a link that sends it back to you?
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's
go
like,
Irina, go.
is it exchange between different, like you're on one article and you tell them to click here, like highlighting the
You can
word,
embed the link.
and you just click on it and it's put you into a different place, like on a different link?
No, actually, it is what Kara said. It is, let's say that, all of us should have a website, and we should have a little section on our website, on each other's website, where we talk about each one of us, and with a link to our pages.
Yeah, so the link is gonna send them somewhere else.
Yes. So
Yeah.
pretty much is like when you do on LinkedIn, that you do a referral, or you highlight a person. Same thing. You highlight that business or person on your website, and that gives that other person a backlink. And depending upon how much domain authority your website has, is how important that link is for that person. Just to give you an idea, the maximum number or the maximum score is 100. Nobody has it. Let's start with that. Not even Google has 100 score on domain authority. It's always 99. So, but for theory, it's 100. That's the maximum score. And the domain authority of a website is based on two things. Number one, quality of content, and number two, how long that website has been up. You know, if you have a website with amazing content, but it has only 1 year or 2 years, is never gonna rank as good as one that has 10 years with okay content. Why? Because it doesn't have the longevity that the other one has, the trustworthiness. You see now how all this expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness are playing together? And that's how you should approach every time you're working with your website or your blogs or your content. You should be working with those three things. Now, there's two types of backlinks. They both give you points, but one gives you more points than the other. Okay. One is called a do follow, which is the one that gives you the most links. Do follow. Yes. Do follow gives you the most, gives you actually 3 points for everybody that gives you like a little click. Why is that one more worth it, or it gives you more points? Because when somebody clicks on the link, it would actually take you to the other person's page. Then there's the do not follow link, which the link is there, it's clickable, but it doesn't take you anywhere. So Google will actually validate that, but it will give you just 1 point for it. Now, on the other end...
Wait. Why would you have a link embedded in something that you can touch but it doesn't go anywhere?
That is a question that I've asked myself for the longest. I really have no clue. In Chambers
I feel
of
like
Commerce,
that's Google being like, we understand sometimes you're stupid and make mistakes, and we're still going to give you points for showing up. Well done.
I guess so. The good thing is that Google gives us points.
That's for me. Thanks, Google. I needed that. Thank you. Yes, you're right.
Now,
Sometimes my leaks break. Thank you for that.
now, one thing that is really important, is this. Let's say that your link happens to go to a bad page. And that page has a horrible domain authority, horrible trustworthiness. Somebody just wrote an article about you on that nasty page, and they might not even be saying something bad. That backlink can actually take points away from you. So it's really important for you to know where you're actually getting checked out at. So I'm gonna give you a tool. It's a free tool. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys. 1 second. And I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see some free tools that you can use to get you started to figure out domain authority and other things. Give me a second. On the meantime, while I go ahead and load that up, anybody, any questions? No? No questions? Do you have a question, Kara? Oh, no question. Kara, I think you're muted.
I'm totally just chatting away by myself over here on mute, just having a grand old conversation. I totally have a question.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So let's say I'm building out my content, right? And I am expanding upon my expertise around leadership and how alignment brings things into you. And in doing that, to share my authority, right, I tag Arena because Arena's been doing this thing on manifestation and she's got a challenge and I'm pulling that in. So she gets the 3 points every time I do that, or I get 3 points for doing that for her.
Okay.
Or I get a point for doing it, and then she gets 3 points.
No. Who's doing the backlink? You are doing the backlink?
I'm creating a backlink to her.
Okay, the one that gets the points is Irina. You get nothing.
Love that. So you can actually help boost your friends by tagging them in your shit.
Yep.
In their thing. Sorry, we're talking appropriately.
Hey, it is what it is. So yes, you actually can help your friends. That's why I said we're gonna start doing it. We have to start doing it because that's how we're gonna boost everything we're doing. So I'm gonna share the tool. This has a bunch of tools in it. So ready to see the screen?
Always do mine. I will always take mine as the example because then I get to learn. It's either executive coaching or leadership coaching. Let's do leadership coaching.
An old image is nothing more than just back in 2020, Congress decided to say, okay, there's a lot of people that are Okay, so I'm gonna stop the screen sharing. Okay, so right now we have covered some of the information on the site. Any questions so far?
That was helpful.
Well,
Thank you.
all I know that
Can
when
everybody hear
I'm
me?
ready for that,
Everybody good?
Irina has one.
yeah, I said when I'm ready for that step, I'm not doing it myself. I hire somebody. That I
Okay,
know for sure.
so let's take a quick look here. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, thank you, Rena. Okay, so now that we cover some of that information, now does anybody have any questions? Because I cannot hear any of you at the moment. I see you on the live and I see that it's recording, but I want to see if you have any questions so far.
Already
No
asked
questions
that.
at all.
I see Kara moving on the live, but okay. So let's see. Okay. So we have some who can kind of follow here. Could be the music thing. Let me stop it. See
Oh,
if that works.
dance music's gone. Can you hear us now, though? Yep. Just talking away. Watch, everybody on live can hear us, though, so they just think that we're just circling through. This will be hilarious.
Yeah.
That was really helpful, though, so hopefully they can hear us, because that gave me a
Mhm.
lot to think about with my website. I was like, oh, my website's going to be so good. Oh, there's some room for improvement. Good to
You know
check.
what, Kara? I have to tell you one thing, that it's great to hire the experts. That's why we have the experts for everything, right? So just
Yes.
partner with the expert, and they are gonna take care of everything painless and
Yes.
with the best way.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is clearly not my
Absolutely.
bag. I'm going to definitely need team for that.
Absolutely. I'm like, yeah.
And it's like for example, can you hear me well?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's like I understand a bit, but like I'm not this deep into it.
right.
you know. Yeah. It's like you
Yeah,
ask me like what is SEO, and I'm like you know it's keywords and stuff, and
right.
search
Search
engine
engine optimization.
optimization.
I know
Right.
that.
Right.
That's what
So
I know.
keywords, you want to rank up this and you want to rank up that. But if you ask me like about the technicals, I'm like, no. I rather just ask one of the somebody I met on a networking group, and say, hey man, how are you? We met like on a networking group like 100 years ago. I wasn't born yet, but we did. And like, can you help me with this?
Yes.
Like just something like that. I don't know, but me doing it myself, I you know it takes a lot of learning though. But it's still good though. Like it's good that like it's good that because like next time that I need to whatever, even if I don't remember about something, I'll just come into this live and I'll just check it, and I'll bet I'll
I
do it
literally
because
was like, ooh, save this link.
yeah,
And I feel like that's the struggle I'm having in this, is that I love hearing this information and I love Johnny teaching it to us. And while he's talking, my brain is like, yep, tracking all English words. Got it. I'm on board. That's my first language. And as soon as he stopped talking, my brain was like, connected none of that. Don't have any idea what he just said. Nothing. You're back. Can you hear
Yeah,
us?
yeah. I can hear you and I can see you now. Finally, I
All right.
apologize. This is a live situation.
All right. Take it away, Johnny.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for holding. I apologize. This is a live session. So in the same website, I'm not gonna share the screen again because I think that's what caused the situation. There is a domain authority checker, meaning that you really want to make sure that they're not in a bad terms with Google before you tell somebody, hey, yeah, go ahead, share my link. You're so nice, share my link. Because guess what? That could cost you a lot of trouble. And mainly getting to somebody to take your link down can be an arduous task. So you want to make sure that before you tell that person, hey, yes, go ahead, share my link on your website, check it here. It's free. You can do it 1,000 times a day. Okay? Another thing that you want to do is spy words. Oh my God. Let me see if I can try
Did
to
you say
share my
spy
screen.
words like
Yeah.
007 words? Okay.
Better than spy words, 007 words. Let me see if this time I can do it. Let me see if I can come up with a way that it won't hurt all of us. 1 second. Let's see. Okay, I think I might have found a way. I'm sorry if all of you are going to be out for a second, but I want to have this screen as big as possible for everybody that is watching this live. But you will be able to hear me and everything from the back, okay? So let's see if this does the trick. Boom. Without sharing screen. Okay. I would love to know if everybody can see us can hear this, but if not, this is a class for you guys. Okay. So, this page, and you see it's the same page. All I did is I went to spy keywords. Kara, who do you know is somebody that you will have the website like that is on the same field as yours?
Somebody, you know whose website I love is STK, Suzanne Taylor King. I don't know if she's linked to me, but she should be because we did a wet podcast together.
Can you type it on the
Can you hear
private chat
me?
because I
Oh,
cannot hear you. It started cutting off. Let's see. So, if you don't know something, one of my best lessons from somebody that I used to work for used to tell me, "Don't worry about being number one. Worry about being the best number two." Why? Because the first person that does everything takes all the hits on how much they have to pay, how much knowledge they have to have, etc., etc. So you want to go ahead and copy whomever is doing the work and is doing it good. Let me go ahead and copy the link. Thank you, Kara. And you see, I do domain, not just the URL. I do the domain, and I go with spy words. Okay, this one has nothing. Let's now do the URL. Boom, boom. Let me take a quick look at this website because nothing is coming up. I could be wrong, but this could be a template website. Let me just triple check on that. SEO checker. Boom. Leadership coach. Yeah, same thing. She has no keywords, no nothing. Title length. Key. So that's why she's coming at zero. Let's go and do. Let's find Anthony Robbins, for example. Anthony Robbins. Who's that, right? Oh, talking about Tony. Uh, okay, so you see this really long URL? That means that is a funnel. So let's see. Okay, this is a site. The other one's a funnel. Coaching. See, he has 63% good. Itinerary. Events, blah, 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 blah. See how all these things in blue right here? You know, it's really dumb, and I'm sorry that I said dumb, but I keep pointing with my finger when I know you cannot see my finger. Here's my mouse. So everything that you see in blue is an H tag, meaning is either an H1, H2, or H3. So those are the titles that I was mentioning. You see, they have all these images that you're seeing here. They're popping up because they're alt images. They have descriptions for them, for each of them. So you see, everything is properly tagged and documented as it should. So that's why he has a 63% on it. And because it looks like he's such a big brand, doesn't show everything else because they want him to pay. So, but you can see 63% is a good number. Anything from the 60s up on your own page is a good number. Why do I say is a good number? Is because every year or so, Google changes the rules, and they gave you a baseline, but they don't give you like a full information upon what are the things that you have to change to be on the top. So it's always changing. It's very seldom for you to see one page that is at 100%. Okay, even some of the pages that I've done, they are at between 70-75%. So most of them on the on page. So let's see. The page authority, spam checker, all this you can go ahead and go on who has some information about the page. Since ChatGPT came out, because this site has been there before ChatGPT. This has changed a lot. So this plagiarism is really good, but the website traffic checker is really good as well. So I'm going to give you this in detail as the Google console. Let me go ahead and stop the sharing. Much better? All right. So now you have a tool to run your business or check your website that is free. Okay. There's no excuses for you not to know your numbers. The next thing is AI driven SEO tools. We spoke about tools on the last video. Please use them. All of them are going to help you drive traffic. It's just a matter of how you use them. And the last thing that I want to touch is the impact of core web vitals on your website and how to improve those scores. Okay, I'm gonna. I would love to go ahead and show you a live one on this one, but these are actual clients that I'm working on that I cannot show their numbers. But here's one thing: whenever you run a score on a paid site for your own page SEO, it's gonna tell you how fast is your website loading for mobile and for website, and it's gonna tell you what are the issues that is holding them back from loading faster. So you want to make sure that those pages load fast and fix those errors as quickly as possible. Okay, and that is what's gonna keep your vitals on your website working good after having great content. Now that we have covered everything, or at least the basics, any questions, anything that you didn't know before that now you're gonna use it? I would like to know each one of you. Let's start with
Whose name did you say?
I didn't
Irina.
hear.
Irina.
Me?
No, oh, okay. I said
No,
that.
I
Yeah,
said that
I said
you know what? I said that I will hire you because I'm not gonna be just, like playing with that.
okay, okay. Kara, how about you? Any tools that you didn't know that now you would like to use for the future?
Well, the SEO thing going through the website was wonderful, and I what so when we lost you for a little bit, here's the thing: is while you're talking and while we're going through it, my brain's like, yeah, absolutely, it's speaking all English, it all makes sense, and then as soon as you stop talking, my brain's like, cool, never connected to any of that. I have no idea what any of that meant.
No.
So I have notes. um, for the SEO meta of my website and what I should do with that. But the rest of it, like I heard it, it made sense in the moment, and I have nothing to attach it to now.
No worries. We can sit down at one on one. You know, that's the beauty of having us together. We can sit down at one on one and take a quick look at your website, like more in depth. Absolutely. How about you, Bruno? Any tools that you like that you heard today?
Yes. So, obviously, technology is my forte, but because I'm a millennial, right? But not as in deep as you said, John, right? So I liked it, and that's what I was also. That's what all three of us were talking about. Like me, Irene, and Kara. It's like we liked it, and it's very good. Like it's very in depth, like very nice, like. But it's like it's like we know what SEO means, like search engine optimization. But the point, like like all like kind of websites appear and stuff, and all this aikido starts happening. Like it's like it's I wouldn't say it's overwhelming or a lot to take in, but it's indeed a lot of metrics, right? So it's almost like, for example, as all of like I used to be a copywriter, right? At least, like, I used to do it way more than I do it now. And that's the same thing as a copywriter. You were learning about email analytics, and you have like CACs and CTRs and CRs and C whatever, right? So, but now you put it on SEO, right? So obviously there's a lot of metrics, a lot of analytics, a lot of numbers, right? A lot of percentages. So, in the beginning it can seem overwhelming, but like everything, it just takes practice. But it's always good to have somebody to show us that.
Yeah, and I do my best to break it down into the lamest terms that I can find instead of using the regular technical jargon because if you understand how it works, you can have a little more control. And that's the whole purpose of this video, for business owners to have a little more control on their websites, because a lot of people don't understand that their website is powerful. They just think that they have to have it just like they have a business card. And that's not the truth. If you actually use everything properly, your website should be making you money, should be actually catching new clients for you. So, would anybody like to add anything else for today's show before we say goodbye? All right. So, in that case, everyone, thank you very much for watching. We love having you with us, and we'll see you next Monday. Just to let you know, next Monday, we're going to be talking about web development trends, building websites that convert. So, now that we spoke about how to have the foundation and some of the nuts and bolts, let me teach you how to put them together. Okay, so that way you can actually say, okay, now I have some understanding and I know what's going to happen next. So I cannot wait to see you next Monday. Bye.